It's time to talk MTCS sports. It's Cougar Corner, fueled by Donut Country and McDonald's Murfreesboro.
Presented by Tennessee Orthopedic Alliance. TOA, live your best life. Online at TOA.com.
We're joined by Middle Tennessee Christian School coaches to talk about their most recent games and their upcoming opponents. It's time to talk orange and white on MTCS Cougar Corner.
Danny Brewer back with you. Welcome to the Cougar Corner. We are so happy right now to be joined by Middle Tennessee Christian School head girls basketball coach Hannah Jones. Coach Jones, how are you this morning?
I'm doing great. How are you?
Well, fantastic. I want to kind of start this off with, last night I figured out something that I think I already knew, but now I really do know that I know it. And with all of that jibber jabber here, Adam Jones, I was at the Stewart's Creek game last night, Stewart's Creek Laverne, and, I think I knew that Adam was your husband, but now I know that Adam Jones is your husband. I tell you, I really enjoyed my interaction with him. Obviously, you must be training him right, Coach.
Well, yeah, he's a good one. You guys need to ask him when you interview him next weekend. You guys need to bring me up too. We'll make it all even here. But yeah, he's pretty great. I've enjoyed him taking the helm over at Stewart's Creek, and his guys are a lot of fun to watch.
So, and I don't know if I'd interview him next week, but I'll tell whoever is interviewing him, make sure that you bring up the lovely Hannah Jones, because she's probably the basketball mastermind of the Jones family. I mean, so we you can go ahead and say it, Coach. Are you the basketball mastermind of the family?
I can say that, but I don't know if that's true or not. He's pretty smart. He may not come off that way all the time, but he's actually sneaky smart. Great basketball IQ. Yeah, well,
I think that you're right, he is, because like I said, I've enjoyed it. We've talked several times before games because I've seen Stewart's Creek play quite a few times, and so I always like talking with him and his assistant, Austin Moore, I've known for years. And so, I like getting with those guys and talking basketball, and he does have a very good basketball mind.
Oh, yeah. When he has come to our games and watched our girls play, and it's fun when we can get to talk about just the different dynamics and things and pick each other's brains. And so, yeah, he's a great one.
So talk a little bit about the dynamics of the basketball family, the Jones basketball family, because how many times do you have a husband and wife that are both head coaches at different schools? So, I mean, the interesting dynamic there.
Oh, I don't know. I do know, I don't know any other coaches who are doing that. I just know that what works for us, and we both love basketball. We met at Lipscomb University when I was assisting there, and I was assisting with Greg Brown, and then he was assisting Casey Alexander before he took the Belmont job, and so that's how we met. So basketball's just kind of always been with us, so it's really fun. And once I got out of assisting in college, I think being on the same schedule and even being in the same county is a real blessing, Rutherford County. So we get to spend a lot of time together. A lot of people think that, I think if you have two head coaches at two different schools, you don't. But, oh, my goodness, it's such a blessing. We love it. And we hit all the same calendar, which I'm thankful since I work in private and he's at public that we do have that. Rutherford County matches up quite nicely for our schedules.
Very good. So whenever, obviously, basketball is kind of at the forefront in the Jones household, you help him, he helps you kind of type thing as far as, like you said, he can kind of, because sometimes I guess he comes to your game and he sees things maybe that you don't see. I mean, and does the same hold true for you as far as you watch some of his games and you kind of maybe see things and y'all bounce things off each other?
Oh, yeah, all the time. But I will say boys and girls are very different, and they're very different mentalities to coach too. So I think I don't think I could ever coach boys. I'm not sure I think he could. I don't know. I don't know if he would want to ever coach girls. It's definitely different. Girls, I love so much just because when you have that relationship, they're going to run through a wall for you, for their teammates. They're going to go above and beyond. I think what their quote unquote like individual talent they can play above that just based on their mentality. I think guys can too, but I wouldn't know how to motivate that. I understand with girls, that relationship, and just we do so much pouring into with that I love coaching girls. So I'm not I'll stay in the girls coaching lane and he could stay in the boys.
All right. Well, so let's talk a little bit about a couple of your girls that you have. I know that Ashley Rucker I think she had a pretty good week. And talk a little bit about her, because I think she had a couple of 20-plus point games, right?
Oh, yeah. So last night she had right on the dot 20. And then I think BGA scored 24. So, yeah, past two games, she's done really, really well. A lot of it is really just her ability in the paint and her physicality, getting past, like, even with the ball or just O boards, getting on the boards, rebounding-wise, and putbacks and get the ability to get to the free throw line. Been very, very proud of her effort. I think she's had a double-double the past two games as well. Last night she had 20 points and 14 rebounds. So she's getting after it. She's working hard to just keep leading her team and bringing them along.
Rebounding is about work. I mean, that's just the bare bones basics of it. Rebounding is about work. So obviously she must have a pretty good work ethic. And when you think about, 14 rebounds, that's pretty strong.
Oh, yeah, it is. And you said work. Her work ethic is really on another level. So we do strength conditioning during the day with it's in the curriculum. And so she is very consistent. Our strength conditioning coach, Jason Spray, I think I've talked about him on this before. He is always complimenting her and her new PRs and what she's doing in the weight room. But then she also gets to school. She is consistently, even probably the day after a game, like a Tuesday night game, you've got a full school week. She is up 6:30 a.m. before school getting shots up in the gym. So very, very impressed with her work ethic.
Do you think that that's one of the things that sports can help you with as far as developing that work ethic? That obviously, I've always said this, youth sports is a training ground for life, period. So do you think that that's something that hopefully she's going to carry and can help her throughout her entire existence?
I hope so. I sure do. She's got it. She's got it in her. I think a lot of it is intrinsic. And so maybe for some, it comes a little easier, that habit building. But for others who it's not as internal, just that drive that God gave them, that inner work. There's some that you have to build those habits and have those external cues of like, okay, keep doing this. And sports do help you learn that. Your time management, your just how we're looking and how we respond to things and the timing of everything, I think is really, really important. So different kids do it differently, but that is one of the ways I measure success. Can they handle when they graduate? So I think Ashley's going to be really, really set up for success in everything that she's doing right now, on and off the court, with her work ethic.
You mentioned about the conditioning and the physical workouts and all that kind of stuff. That's something that pretty much you feel like to be a successful player in today's game that you need to have a good physical workout and good effort in that, all those kind of avenues as well?
Oh, yeah. Coaches don't want to coach attitude and effort. You got to have the effort. And if you don't have that, then you're not going to go very far. So, yeah, I'm blessed to have players like her.
So let's talk a little bit about another one of your players. I think that she had a good game Tuesday night, the Haynes, Ambria Haynes. Talk about her.
Mm-hmm. So she went down early season with a very specific type of ankle injury that we weren't sure she was going to be able to come back at all this season. So she has come in. We've gotten her working back in practice and like getting the green light from the doctor, athletic trainer. So yeah, when she came back in, I think what was her first game back? BGA. Came in. She brings a very anchoring presence inside and also an emotional, like she is fiery. She is communicative, but in kind of like I don't want to say like a chip on your shoulder because sometimes that's taken as negative, but she gets out there and she is going to fight for her teammates. She's going to be loud. She's going to talk. She's going to be expressive. But it's all in the ways that gets us fired up. And so she just brings another layer back to us that we have missed this whole season. She had a good game last night too. She had 13 points and let's see here. Oh, she had a double-double too. 13 points and 11 rebounds. Way to go, Bree. Love that.
Yeah, no, a double-double, and once again, that's all about effort. And so when you had two girls that can do that kind of stuff, obviously that makes you feel good as a coach.
Yeah, it definitely does. And I think just rebounding is such a big thing that we focus on. And it's nice to just have someone who can consistently go after and get it. Because some nights Bree just has that kind of natural instinct to go get the board. She loves it. That's her favorite thing to do. She has said it out loud. She's like, "Who's crashing the boards?" I am, right? I'm like, yes, Bree, of course you are. And so it's awesome to have that reliable source of physicality, second chance points, just another way to pick up when kind of like you need it. And that's great. Love it.
So, Coach, let's talk a little bit about what you got coming up. I know that you've had injuries. You've got some players back now. Do you like where your team is at right now as far as, the who you've got on the bench and who you've got on the floor and what you've got coming up?
I've loved where our team has been every step of the way. So, yes, right now, but they have gone through so much. These girls at MTCS, I need to compliment them from the beginning. Everywhere we've gone, yes, I love where we are right now. Would I love us to have a full roster? Yes, but that's just the way that it's been, and I've loved them every single step of the way. They have stepped up in so many ways. So I think that now that we've added Bree back, which is the dynamic post player, kind of where she can anchor us, and we're not as guard heavy. And I had to pull up some eighth graders who are obviously fighting and learning all the time, and they're at a different speed, different level. But with Ashley Rucker, and we've had Amaya Thompson. She also came back from her ACL. She tore her ACL this summer and came back. Her at the point, and then we have a freshman, Elise White, who I pulled up as an eighth grader last year, so she knows me. She brings, oh my goodness, Elise brings such a level of just, she's that culture kid you want, who's always going to fight. She's never going to give up. It doesn't matter if she's tired. So, each piece that we've got putting together right now, I think they're all bought in. They've gone through it together, injuries and just adversity. And I think that because of that, it gives us a kind of not just a springboard to sneak up on people. I know that we've lost a lot of games, but we've won some really good ones too. And I think it's because of their heart, their grit, their tenacity. They're coming together. They're never quitting. They're never giving up. They're fighting till the very end. I'm very, very happy with this team.
So, Coach, we're going to talk about a couple things before we exit here. Number one, I'm a huge horse racing guy, love the sport. You're a thoroughbred, one of the finest fillies around here. There's a big race at Tampa Downs today. It's on the Kentucky Derby Trail. It's the Sam Davis Stakes. There's a horse in there, John Hancock. He's unbeaten, trained by Brad Cox. So the John Hancock, what do I want to talk about? Everybody, what do you think about when John Hancock? Well, it's the signature. That's what his is the most famous signature on the Declaration of Independence, I believe. So John Hancock, you've been able to put your signature on this program and done it in a very, very positive way. Talk a little bit about the rewards that you've had by putting your John Hancock, or in this case, Jane Hancock, on Middle Tennessee Christian School basketball.
Well, I think I don't know how much I've done with this group. I do know that I love this group and I love these girls. You've got players like Amaya who transferred in, had to sit out, tore her ACL in the summer, so she had to sit out again. And instead of quitting basketball or leaving MTCS, she loved the school. She loved our team. She loved coaching with me. Honestly, I kind of see her as a coach sometimes because she's been on the bench with us. So I'll just use her as an example. She has been through it, and the fact that she has stayed in and toughed this out, that's where I think we're building a culture of loyalty, of just love for hard work, but then also love for celebrating your teammates' successes. I'm very, very thankful, and I hope that just building the confidence of these girls and understanding that making a mistake is a part of life, and you're always going to have tough times and juggling lots of things in life. If I can help them get better at that, okay, then I'll be maybe that's what God put me there for, to coach in the coaching world, because it can be tough sometimes. But these girls make it all worth it. I think just watching Ashley Rucker come up from freshman, sophomore, junior year, just in these eighth graders that we pull up, being at a small school, I think so. I guess maybe just playing through adversity and learning how to be a growth mindset and making a new mistake. And basketball is just what we do, not who we are. But at the same time, we're going to put our best foot out there. So maybe that's what it is. I don't know. That's a very tough question.
I think that was a very solid answer. So John Hancock, by the way, he's 3-1 on the morning line at Tampa today. So we'll be rooting for John Hancock in your honor, Coach. I guarantee I'll have a ticket on him. Oh. But anyway, so the next thing I want to talk about is cooking, because we love to cook, we love to eat. So what's on tomorrow is Super Bowl Sunday. I don't really care that much about pro football, but I do care about food. So we're going to have a nice menu at our house. What's going to be cooking at the Jones household for Super Bowl Sunday?
Well, we're going to have practice before the game, and we're going to make sure that we knock out practices. We're supposed to play Monday, I believe. We're going to FRA, so we're going to prepare for that. And then I think my husband wants to do, game day spread. I don't know. He's probably going to have little smokies, some Rotel dips, sandwiches. I don't know. He's going to be the one fixing it all up.
So it's going to be the Adam Jones menu there, maybe some chicken wings. Yeah. Can Adam Jones cook chicken wings?
Yeah. I think he's a pretty good griller. That's his thing.
There you go. All right. Well, outstanding. Coach, I know you said you got a game Monday. District tournament, when does it start for you folks?
Our first round is Monday. I'm pretty sure. I have to go back and look at it. And then I think the boys play Tuesday. And then so before I hopped on this call, we were on our district meeting, and I have to go just double check, but correct me if I'm wrong. We're supposed to play at FRA Tuesday, who's doing really, really well. They've got all their young kids that have come up together. They're a tough dynamic, but I like that draw for us. And just where we're coming from, bringing pieces back. So I think it could be a really, really good game for us.
And then is FRA the host site for the district tournament, or is it just it's at their place and then you go to a host site?
Yep, it's at their place because they're technically the higher seed, and then the district tournament is being hosted at Battleground Academy, just the semifinals and finals.
Okay, Coach. Well, Coach Hannah Jones, we certainly do wish you the best of luck. I'm sure Adam Jones will have a fantastic spread tomorrow. You guys will have a great practice. You'll come enjoy some nice food, and then Monday you'll get after them down there at FRA. Coach, we appreciate your time, and we certainly wish you the best of luck.
Thank you so much.
Middle Tennessee Christian School, training for eternity.
People love to see us on the schedule when they have a home game because our fans show up.
MTCS President Matt Tiller.
The way we travel is just phenomenal. Our parents and our community are fully engaged in our school. When we compete, we're trying to do it in a way that honors God. We want to win. We also want to do it in a way that pleases Him.
Providing Christian values and academic excellence in a nurturing environment. That's Middle Tennessee Christian School. Invest in the future of your child. Find out more at mtcscougars.org.
Tennessee Orthopedic Alliance takes great pride in treating local athletes here in Rutherford County. Experts in joint, bones, and muscles. And with over 65 specialists, TOA has a playbook to get you back in the game. To request an appointment, visit TOA.com or call 855-NEED-TOA. Tennessee Orthopedic Alliance. TOA. Live your best life.
Middle Tennessee Christian School, training for eternity.
We're going to be an educational institution that teach Bible every day. Every subject we teach, we're going to teach through a biblical perspective. In every aspect of our school, we're going to do it through a Christian perspective.
MTCS President Matt Tiller.
That also means that everything we do, we have to be excellent. We feel like Christ calls us to excellence. And so that means we have to be excellent academically. That means we have to be excellent athletically because that's what God calls us to. It's a great place to be.
Invest in your child's future in an environment that fosters Christ-centered values. To find out more, visit mtcscougars.org.
It's MTCS Cougar Corner, fueled by Donut Country and McDonald's Murfreesboro.
Presented by Tennessee Orthopedic Alliance. TOA. Live your best life. Online at TOA.com.
On FM 101.9 and AM 1450 Murfreesboro, FM 100.5 Smyrna, and streaming at WGNSSports.com.
Welcome back to the MTCS Cougar Corner this morning as we wrap things up here for the day. Let's take a look at some of the scores from this past week on your Cougar Corner scoreboard. And on Tuesday, some finals for you. Well, let's go to Monday. We've got a few Monday things we can talk about here. Middle school varsity was a 39-30 winner over Good Pasture in basketball play. And the boys middle school varsity 54-25 over Ezel Harding in the TIAA quarterfinals. Then on Tuesday, the JV boys lost a tough one to BGA 54-52, and BGA beating the varsity girls 57-42, and the guys fall 82-33. Congratulations and good luck in the Nationals this week for all of the cheer teams as they continue to compete. And on the 7th, which was last night, of course, 62-59, the JV boys beat Grace Christian. It was a 41-33 win for the varsity girls, while the boys fell 69-45. So upcoming, we've got tournament play. That begins, of course, this next week, and for varsity teams. So good luck to all of the teams in district tournament play. Cool thing going on, if you can head to mtcsathletics.com, you can see that football is getting some new lockers and flooring during the off season, so that will be really cool. They've got a photo of what it will look like, and some new flooring and state-of-the-art lockers coming. So that's big news in MTCS athletics. And the cheer advancing to the national finals as well, rec cheer. So good luck today in all of that competition. Okay, well, that's going to wrap us up here this morning. That's your Cougar Corner scoreboard and Cougar Corner in the books today. Thank you so very much for joining us here this morning, and want to thank Danny Brewer, John Dinkins for co-hosting with me this morning, as well as Dalton Barrett, our producer. Stay with us on WGNS. A busy week of high school sports next week. Then it's district tournament time for the Division I teams, Division II, again beginning this week. Have a great Saturday. We've got some Lady Raider hoops for you this afternoon at 4:30. Hope you'll tune in for that. So long, everybody, and enjoy this wonderful weekend.
Now